If you're a white belt and you feel like you're not progressing anymore, well, in this video, we're going to go over how you can fix that and get better on the mats. Now, I'm going to be sharing you guys some tips about what you can do at white belt that'll improve your game. Now, what we need to know about jiu-jitsu is a really ego-filling sport. So there's obviously going to be a lot of people that are always going to be progressing and getting better too. So this is what happens when you're doing jiu-jitsu, because everyone's trying to progress the same level you are. You know, it's a progressing sport. Everyone has the same goals to try to get to black belt or maybe be world champion. But what I'm saying is, set a goal for yourself and work toward that goal. So within jiu-jitsu, it's very progressing. So you want to start off with something so little and work your way toward that. Maybe that's leveling up all your arm bars. Maybe that's leveling up all your triangles. Maybe that's just doing anything that'll improve your jiu-jitsu. And that's all you gotta do. Just try to keep leveling up that one goal that you have for yourself. If you're a white belt, focus on surviving and their goals. So if you're a white belt, you're obviously gonna get tapped out. Always gonna happen, no matter what you do. Someone's just gonna tap you, your coach, whatever. What you can do after you get tapped or after your roll, bro, is just ask them that what they did to tap you out, or what stumped you as a white belt, or I don't know how long you've been training, but if you've been training a little while, maybe and you're familiar with that submission or you've been submitted by it before, just ask the person that you just rolled with after you rolled with them and just say, hey, what tapped me? Like, what did I do here that was wrong? And they'll always tell you what you did. Like, don't be afraid to ask your coach either if they can teach you a certain move. Just do it after the roll, not like mid-roll and like talk through the roll. You just want to like ask after, So if you're really serious about jiu-jitsu and you want to progress, always asking helps. So you always want to ask your coach what you can do to get better, because he'll always give you the most important feedback. And especially if your coach is aware of your goals and you can tell them that, like what you want, like, oh, like maybe I want to achieve my first stripe on my belt. Okay, well, what are the steps that are going to get you there? Is it going to be surviving in rolls longer? Is it just going to be the timing? Is it just going to be, I don't know, just anything in your range that you think can help you get that first stripe? Like what can you work toward in the sport of jiu-jitsu where you're going to feel you've accomplished something? Because with that accomplishment, you earn dopamine. And that's what keeps you hooked into jiu-jitsu, It's like getting your first tap for the first time. Maybe some of you white belts haven't experienced your first tap, but if you have experienced your first tap, it does feel really good. So once you get your first tap, you kind of get that little bit of addiction. You know what I'm talking about? Like a little bit of that dopamine, and you get your smile on your face and you're happy about getting that first tap. So what you can do is make little miniature things, like little goals for yourself, little milestones, just like that for your jiu-jitsu. Just keep making little milestones and chase that little bit of dopamine, because as long as you stay hooked with like rewarding yourself with that, you're just going to keep building the passion for the sport, and you're going to get a lot out of it, and you're going to progress, Not saying that it's going to like make you like egotistical, but it's definitely going to like, you're going to feel more happy with your training and feel like you're resulting more. So then you won't feel as much as like later on when you feel a plateau, So there's always something you could be working on, It's never not, you can't work on nothing, like, or you're just a white belt, you don't know anything. Like, there's always that one little thing that you could be progressing and like working on and always finishing up your game. Yeah, you're a white belt, so maybe just focus on surviving, and just listening and staying consistent. That's for me what I did all at white belt, but I never really thought of making little marks in my jiu-jitsu where I was like really getting the dopamine part, like having little goals that set. If you set little goals for yourself, you're gonna really get a lot of it out of it, because like I said, progressing sport, you want to see results. And that's why people lose interest when they don't see their results in jiu-jitsu. Now that we've established a little bit of goal setting, let's talk about the ego part of jiu-jitsu. So if you're a white belt, you don't want to just like, oh, I'm so good, like I'm probably the best white belt around here, or oh, I'm the best white belt, I have 3 stripes on my white belt, I just tapped out everybody in the gym, like I could tap out like any other white belt. Bro, don't think like that, because you'll start to train your brain into thinking that you are like actually so good, but you still have a lot to learn. So all I will say is just don't think with an ego, and just be more humble, like humble and accepting, because if someone is like coming up to you and you're like, oh yeah, I could beat you in a fight or whatever, just stay humble. Like, don't even say anything about it. Like, yeah, maybe you can beat them, but like just don't say anything about it. Like if you're training with another white belt and they're like kind of saying that they're better than you, but like you don't want to say anything rude back, just stay humble and be like, oh yeah, sure. Like just anything to like slightly brush it off, because like you never know what can happen. Like even if you know you can win, just train your brain into thinking more humbly, so then you're not like filling yourself up with ego, because then that ego will carry on and you'll be like, oh, I'm so good. I'm so good, man. I'm so good. And you can't beat me. Well, just don't think like that, because the more humble you are, you're just going to be able to accept more of like what's going on. So if you're rolling with like an upper belt or something, and you're just rolling with them, whatever they're beating you, you'll actually accept that more, that they are beating you, because you're just more humble. That's just how it is. You're just, of course, just going to accept it, and you're going to be like more humble. Like if I roll with my coach, and obviously he's going to beat me because he's brown belt, but I'm accepting of it. And you know what? He beats me, but I learn from it, Like he beats me, I'm learning from it. So I just want to like keep learning. It's a learning opportunity, Any role is a learning opportunity. Letting the ego control your brain, and just stay more humble. Because the more humble you are, the more you're going to get out of jiu-jitsu and actually learning the sport. Because if you just fill yourself up with ego, oh, I'm so good, like I'm the best in the gym, whatever, bro, you're not. Because someone is always going to be better than you. Always. No matter what it is. Someone's always just going to be better and just bigger, maybe whatever it is. Someone is going to be better than you, especially at a sport with like jiu-jitsu. Because like I said, it's progressing. But you can be the best version of yourself within the sport, Stay humble, stay consistent. Those 2 things right there, battle will get you farther than most other people that are like very self-conscious about their jiu-jitsu. Because yes, jiu-jitsu is very vulnerable. And obviously you guys are going to have same goals, same whatever, like I talked about earlier when we talked about goals. But you just have to accept the fact that you aren't always going to be the best. And yeah, that's really all you have to do, is just accept the fact that someone is going to be better than you. And especially if you're rolling with like an upper belt, If you're rolling with an upper belt, of course they're going to beat you. Of course. So don't get discouraged when that person taps you out. Because yeah, I know how it feels too, because I was the same way. Maybe you just got your first tap and then you roll with somebody and then they just tap you. So it's a little bit of humiliation and being humbled at the same time, that's why most people will quit jiu-jitsu, because it gets like that. So if you just change the way how you think about jiu-jitsu and flip the script a little bit, think more humbly, and just stay consistent and set a little bit of goals for yourself, you are going to progress so much. Bro, don't get discouraged. If you're getting tapped, don't let that get to you. Especially if someone just tapped you out, that just means that they're just getting better in their game. Not that they are better than you, and not to just fill your ego, but the fact is that that person is just progressing a little bit faster, or maybe retaining the information a little bit more than you are. And I know that's a little bit harsh, but you kind of got to accept it, because as I said, jiu-jitsu is a very progressing sport. We have belts, we have stripes, everybody's going to create a goal that's going to be different than yours. So people are going to want it more, you know? You got to have that passion. You got to want to show up every day. You want to make more time to get on those mats, you know? Because like the more time you train and the more time you spend getting out there, that's when you're going to progress the most. And that's when you are going to see results. So what we just learned about in this video so far, we've talked about a little bit about jiu-jitsu mindset, we've talked about goal setting, and now we talked about ego. These are the three things that are really important for white belt and for you to understand, because white belt is not just, oh, I'm white belt, like, yay, whatever like that, you know? You gotta like, there's more to it, because white belt is the hardest belt to achieve and to actually stay in it. Now, later on, I'm gonna be talking about how you can transform your game fully from white belt to blue belt just like that. Before I tell you the next technique, what I want you guys to do is hit that subscribe button, because I am on the road to hitting 1K and I can't do that without you guys. So if you could please hit the subscribe button so I could keep making content just like this, hit the subscribe button because I'm going to be posting stuff like this all the time. So let's talk about tips that you can do at white belt to get better at your jiu-jitsu. So if you're a white belt, start making goals for yourself. If you're just going to keep staying in that moment where you feel like you're not doing anything, you're just staying consistent, you're not really going to progress as much as someone else that does jiu-jitsu and they make goals for themselves, you know? Like, I'm talking about work on that one little move, you know? Just every single class, just focus on hitting that one little move, you know? Or that's even maybe just surviving. If that's a goal for you, just keep surviving and try not to get tapped. So, all you need to do, goal set first. Then after you goal set, make sure you stay consistent with your goals and stay consistent with showing up to class. And then third, accept that it's okay to be tapped. It's okay to be tapped, you know? At white belt, that's going to happen. So as long as you could just accept the fact that that person is slightly better than you in their game, not than you, just that they are putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. As long as you understand that they're doing that too, does not matter. You'll be doing amazing in jiu-jitsu. So just combine all that, and then you'll get that blue belt really quick. You'll start to progress more than regular people will. So do that. Now, if you guys really do like the videos, make sure you subscribe. So that brings me to the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this. And if you actually did benefit from watching this, make sure you do hit the subscribe button and comment down below what you guys... Okay, so we made it to the end of the video. We went over mindset in jiu-jitsu, we went over the ego, and then we went over goal setting, and then we just talked about some tips that you can do to get your blue belt faster. So, comment down below why you feel like you're not progressing at jiu-jitsu or what you should be working on as a white belt.